What's up, everybody? What's going on? Cryo Sharif Bills, little Happy Meal, Ultimate X Gamer. Who else did I miss? Allie Viper. What are you all up to today? There's Deshi. The Satan Wabi. I used to stream to YouTube all the time, Wabi, but they've got some VOD processing issues right now. Which, what's my ethnicity? I am very, very pale. I'm Irish. I am pale and I sunburn easily. Anyway, let's get things going here. We're starting off on US West. Gonna do all the servers today. Gonna do a few matches at least on every server. Why do I have a frame rate counter going? Let me turn that off. Uh-oh. Game crash. God dang it. That's my bad there. Apparently I had my recording software running in the background and it doesn't like here, let me switch back over to this for a moment. Sorry y'all. That's not actually going to be the stream starting. Anyway, I use Bandicam to record and then OBS to stream, but if they're both running at the same time, Dungeon Defenders doesn't like it if you change one of them. Mr. One Wolf, what's the best Gunwitch build? Is the Ice Needle build for sure. Dashy's saving up for the Dryad. Alley, Pyro. However it is, what's up? Get back in game here. Hello from Venezuela. What's going on there, Bills? You can do it, DD2. Bandicam records raw video footage and OBS overly processes it. So as far as edited content goes, I feel like I get better quality from recording from Bandicam, but it also varies by game. Some games get along better with different programs. Bulgaria, England, people from everywhere. Smosh, what's up? Anyway, let's try this again. Let me get switched back up here. There it is. All right. Let's see. Let's go right to the top. Do some Chaos 7. Dungeon Defenders is actually really popular throughout Europe and the UK. In fact, I find that a lot of tower defense games are. A lot of strategy and tower defense games are very popular in Europe and in the UK. See, let's go public. We'll call this one Juice Live. And I am in the Steam group as well, so like I mentioned, starting off on US West. You can join me through the War Table, or if you're in the Steam group and comfortable with it, you can join up right there. Chaos Addicts, Twinkie! What's up, Twinkie? I gotta give... There you go. There you go, Twinkie. You're all set over here on the YouTubes. Alright, so feel free to hop on in and join me. I'll do a couple of matches from each server. And, you know, if nobody's joining me on one, I'll do just like 2 matches probably and then skip to the next. So, up to you all. I don't care. I'll play on any of the servers today. I'm all about it. Let's see. You know what? Let's just do this. This map, I don't like messing with the weapon mans as much. Your internet feels like dial-up today. What's up, 8 loadout 888? Let's just do all this business. We'll do the Proton Flamers. Now, these Protons are terrible. I'm using them on my DPS EV2, so they don't have any ascension into the beams at all. So I got no crit chance, nothing. But they're there purely for the CC. We're gonna CC them up. Same thing with the Skyguard. I got no range gambit or anything. Now, at least that's on a hero that's building as well, so I do have crit chance. Crit chance and whatnot. Let's see. Actually leaves me tons of DU here. My Steam friends list is actually full there, Bills. You actually have to join me through the war table or through the Steam group. Exclamation Steam in chat will get you a link to the Steam group, and then if you're unfamiliar on how to join someone through a Steam group, exclamation join in chat will get you a link to a video with instructions. Alright, Twinkie. Well, thank you very much for saying hi. Gotta go brush them teeth, man. What we got here? We got 8 loadout 888. We got a Drew 2222 and Neos. Uh-oh. I was stuck. All kinds of stuck. $12 hours to do an 8 GB game download? Yeah, it's a bit excessive. Seems a little over the top. Well, if you're focusing on your hero DPS, that is probably why you can't solo C7 there, Painmaker. Because it's not about DPS, it's about it's a tower defense game. So your defenses are what's going to get you there, not your hero DPS. Your hero DPS is only for killing bosses. It's really completely doesn't matter for anything other than that. So, I mean, it's fun, of course, to see the big numbers and all that stuff, but completely not required. So I would focus on getting your towers stronger. Because 500,000 DPS, although it's not good, it's enough to complete the content. I'm probably only doing about double that right now, because I've got a mixed set of gear on here on the CV. I'm probably at about 1 million. $4:10 a.m. Jeez. Yeah, JJ, go to sleep, man. Good lord. That's late. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, I haven't been streaming much on YouTube, and it's not because I don't want to. I realize that most of the Juicy Nation are right here on YouTube, not on Twitch. Uh-oh. However, YouTube has had a big-time problem here the last about month with VOD processing. It's taken a ridiculous amount of time. Like, to do like a 2-hour stream, it's taken several days to process the VOD, which is ridiculous. I mean, considering it's available in like 2 or 3 minutes on Twitch, and that is why I haven't been here. So, it's not that I don't want to be here. I assure you all. It's that YouTube is kind of forcing me to do something different. I can't have VODs going up several days later like that, or no one is going to watch them, you know? And, you know, when I stream on Twitch, I've got half of the amount of people watching, but the VOD is available instantly, and I can even take a Twitch VOD and get it over to YouTube in like an hour or two. I mean, I don't know. There's something going on wrong with the YouTubes right about now. Oh shit. Did we get it? Those Skyguards are weak. Need to throw the ups on the Skyguards. Like I mentioned, they're not, I don't have any ascension into the Skyguards other than just defense crit. That, and with a knockup build like this, you want your Skyguard strong anyway. Yeah, I have to wait 24 hours, and that's the sad part, is that streaming, and then waiting 24 hours, and it's still twice as fast as YouTube. And that's a problem, you know? But I wasn't meaning about what Twitch allows. I was referring to the technology. I mean, 3-4 minutes after the stream is done on Twitch, I could send it over to YouTube and the video is done processing like within an hour. So I'm not sure exactly what is going on with YouTube and their live stream processing, but it's not encouraging people to stream on YouTube. And I want, like I said, I do want to. The quality's better, you know, the chat stuff, the chat features are a little better on Twitch for sure. But overall, I like the video quality and everything. I stream it on YouTube better. Well, that's uploading time and everything into the mix, Deshi. A 25-minute video would take me like 2 hours to upload and then probably another 30 minutes to process on YouTube. But uploads are different because it's, you know, when you're live streaming, the data is, you know, obviously it's streaming. It's streaming to YouTube, so it's catching it right now. Oh, that's not because of my Steam group. That's a Steam thing there, Bills. Nothing I can do about that. Steam's got their rules. I don't have a setting where I can change that. Or I would. Awesome-o Noob. The winner of all giveaways in the world has arrived. Oh my god, it's Jalal. You haven't played in a long time, have you, Jalal? There's a prestige system now. I'll probably go to EU next there, Matthias, but I just started, so I'll at least do, you know, at a minimum 3 matches, maybe 4 matches here. Let's see, what's going yellow? These walls. Sweet there, Viper. Mainly it's just, it's a good communication tool. You know, I can put out announcements that everyone will see very easily. Do events, stuff like that. Plus the matchmaking, you know. Has it really been that long, Jalal? Good lord, man. I don't have a Discord group. I used to, and I debated on making another one. But for a person who doesn't like elitist type attitudes or douchebaggery of any sorts, running a Discord server is an awful lot of work. I've done it before and it just turned into something that I didn't want it to be really, really quick. So I use the DD2 public Discord quite frequently. Well, you need an internet connection, yeah, Jose. It's an online game. You can't play multiplayer in any game without an internet connection. Yeah, I stream on Twitch Tuesday through Saturday at 5 p.m., 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. there, Jalal. The problem with that there, Doug, although I do agree with you, and I think that would be a helpful video, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to tell people how to live their life. You know. That, I mean, what I say doesn't mean anything. You know, it's the internet, for God's sakes. People are going to be how people are. Never been to the West Indies. I have not, Deshi. Yeah, today's Saturday, Jalal. Good lord, man, you live right down the road from me. You don't realize today's Saturday? Viper, my Steam friend list is actually full. I would have to delete somebody to add new people. I talked about doing that, going through and deleting people I haven't played with in a long time. I wouldn't. You don't have to build on a big map with only 400 mana, Pinker. So I wouldn't do it. I mean, why would you? It's fun to use the DU, you know? Put a lot of stuff down. Well, yeah, it'll still let you send me a friend request, Viper, but it won't let me accept it. What'll happen is in a couple of hours it will kick out and say Juice Bags has reached the maximum number of allowable friends or some crap like that. It gives you some crappy message. Well, I mean, I could do a C4 map right now solo with probably 90 DU. But that's not really, that's not a challenge. If you're overpowering the content, if it's a 3 spawn map, I could do it with 90 DU. 1 flame R at each entrance, and it would be a win. So, but I mean, what's the fun there? I guess if you're really, really bored, that would give you something to do, you know? What's going on, Alpha? Marcus, what up? I could do it with 30 DU per lane, basically, is what I'm saying, Quicksilver, if you went down to lower tiers. But, I mean, it's a tower defense game. Use the towers, for God's sakes. Yeah, I'm going to do matches on all the servers today. So, I will be on all of them. But we filled up pretty quick out here on US West, so I'll at least do a couple more games here. Potato can't handle DD2 and YouTube open. That's fair. We're all at the mercy of our machines, Pinker. That means juice and finish. See, I learn new things every day, Alpha. We'll throw some weapon manufacturers in the mix here this time. Just because, why the heck not? That's a little overspending there. Erez, thank you very much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Yeah, definitely overspent a little on that other lane. But that's alright. I can underspend right here. Actually got a nice bid on this one. 225, but you do have the 2 flyer lanes you got to deal with too. Which is usually not overly difficult. On this particular map, the flyers usually aren't too mean. Oops. GM them up on the stairs there. That side all done, yep. We got tons of DU left. I guess might as well throw some flyer control in. Good enough. Yeah, I played the original. That's actually something I wanted to do. I thought it would be fun. Is now you couldn't do, obviously, a direct comparison because the towers are so different, but I thought about taking some of the games that were brought, or some of the maps that were brought over from DD1 and trying to do that, the old builds I used to use on DD2. Yeah, I always try to be pretty kickback there, Ares. It's all about having fun, you know? I mean, I do try to compete in an in-game fashion. You know, I always want to clear all the content and all that stuff, but there is zero elitist in me. I am a big fan of people just having a good time. Oh, the auras were ridiculously different. And, you know, like I said, the defenses aren't the same. But, like, Magus Quarters, you know, you wouldn't be able to do the same thing, but I wanted to try. I thought it would be fun just to try, like my old Magus Quarters build and see if it would work. It would be really funny if it did. The problem is I'm overpowered for it now because I'm in Chaos 7 gear. So I would have to do it after I reset and came up through the ranks. Speaking of, I'm going to start that next Viewer's Choice playthrough probably here's the beginning of the week. Ah! Nah, wasn't me, Doug. I know quite a few players that would be the case. That probably would have been me, what, 8, 10 years ago. I was all proud of myself back then. Just no point in, you know, I just don't see the point in stressing anything. It's a game, and it's meant to have fun. They're both really strong builds. Currently, the Dryad is kind of the flavor of the month. It is very powerful at the moment. The problem is if you get lured into that Dryad meta, and that's the only way you play through the game, when the Dryad finally gets balanced, you're not going to be able to beat the content because you don't understand the other defenses. I would expect that from you, Jalal. Speaking of throwing controllers, I'm going to try to get my PS4 account up to Chaos 7 status. If I do decide to do it, I will record the process, as I'm sure it'll be ugly. My PS4 account is pretty crazy behind at the moment. I wanted to have an account sitting at Chaos 7. That way I could do hero spotlights and stuff as things change in the game. Where currently, if I'm in the middle of an Ancient Power reset and Trendy does some kind of big game-changing update, I'm not going to be able to record the videos until I get to the top again. Now, the Barbarian doesn't have any towers, Pinker. The original 4 heroes, as far as getting Chaos 1 to Chaos 7, you really don't need anything else. I'm actually surprised that on those Viewer's Choice playthroughs that no one has chosen that. Yeah, just like the Gun Witch, no towers. Now, to push high in Onslaught floors, having just the original 4 heroes could be a bit of a problem. It's not that it's not doable, it's that it would be much more difficult not having a variety of heroes to work with. But as far as going Chaos 1 to Chaos 7, oh yeah, original 4 heroes all day. DD2 doesn't like blockades. Or yeah, those physical walls in DD1, I use those all the time, you know. Oh, that's easy, Matthias. I've done it many, many times. In fact, originally, if you look back to when all this stuff was first released in DD2 on the VODs, I always beat the new content with only the original 4 heroes before I ever moved on to anything else. Originally, Trials was Chaos 1 through Chaos 5, and I actually not only went to Chaos 5, but played at Chaos 5 for quite a while with just the original 4. And then started bringing the other heroes in when it got a little boring. I would be happy if that, well, I mean, I would be happier if the buff beam got fixed. But with the current state of things, I would rather see that physical wall than the buff beam. It would make the EV2 a more viable builder by not, not forcing you to use another hero for your walls. Oh, wow. I got smacked. I got my Drago off before this. It's all good. Oh, I love the Jester Brave. Haha. You're speaking my language, man. The Jester was my favorite hero to play. The buff beam in its current state is just not good. I mean, it really needs attention. Hopefully Trendy's gonna do something with that. It's just not worth it to use. It's not worth it to use the DU. You know, you would get more overall damage out of just placing another damaging tower instead. You think the Ranger will come next? Well, they've already confirmed that all of the gender swapped heroes will be here, so we know that the Countess and the Ranger will be here definitely for sure. According to like the history of teased heroes over the last several years, the next should be the Man and Machine. Or maybe not the next, but the next before something other than the gender swaps are there. Quicksilver, thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it a ton there, man. I like the whole wheel thing with the Jester. It was just fun, you know. I played my Jester a little different than a lot of people did. I used guns. I used that pawn shot. But I loved it. I mean, I really enjoyed it. And the wheel added like a different flavor. Different little bit of variety in. Well, what the heck? It didn't pop me up in the air. We'll probably lose the sub-objective, but that's alright. Yeah, maybe not. There we go. Sweet! You play the Jester with pawn shot as well? You shouldn't just use the Mystic Viper. I mean, you can use Mystic Walls and Vipers, but stay away from the Sand Traps. The Obelisk will be beneficial for you. Fire damage, no ability power. Crappy, low defense power on it, but besides that, it's a decent mark. It's better than what I have now. Let's see, we'll do one more and then we'll switch it up over to the East Coast. Or we'll go to Europe next, that way European folks don't have to stay up too dang late. I'm always keep either making you get up early or stay up late. It's just wrong on me. Well, there's Onslaught there, David. I don't think another game mode. There's a lot of game modes now between Mastery, Onslaught, Trials, Incursions. I can't imagine another game mode will come anytime soon. Did I hit the wrong button? Seems like I'm taking a long time to load in. I got a bunch in my inventory right now, too. I think is probably part of that problem. Playing from Australia using US West. That EU server might get a better response for you. Oh, what should they do? They should remove the gating. They should either make it so that they don't care if someone gets carried, or they should create a system that allows, like, say you're at floor 10 and I'm at floor 15. If we do floor 15 together, it should give you credit for floor 10. Chaos 7 gear, Marcus. We'll get you there. And some Ascension. I'll be doing Fortnite at 5 p.m. over on Twitch there, Potet Jr. Fortnite's had some really nice changes lately. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still, I'm a DD2 junkie. There's no doubt about it. Gots to get me the DD2 at all times. But I have been fun, playing a little Fortnite on the side, too. That's how I can play it so long without getting burned out. Yeah, I'd agree with you guys, too. I mean, I would really like Ancient Power to be changed. No doubt about it. We'll see. They haven't really... I mean, they've talked about how it's going to be changed, but they haven't said anything else lately, so I'm not sure. I mean, we know what's coming next. That Vault is coming next. I'm assuming that maybe that crap word that Elandria made up was actually tradable. The tradable or whatever he said. I think that means tradable. So I'm assuming there's going to be tradable items in the game. Brave, thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it a ton. I don't think there's going to be any new heroes soon. I think there will be other things in the game before there's that. We just got the Barbarian. You know, figure there's going to be, what, 3 new heroes a year probably? So, I mean, I would guess it's going to be a couple of months until there's a new hero. So I'm hoping that there's some changes to Ancient Power. I mean, who knows what Trendy's got going. They're always very secretive about their stuff. It's not like, you know, some developers are real hush-hush and other developers talk freely about what they're working on. Trendy's always very secret. It's always a big surprise. Oh, it's all good, Brave. I appreciate it, man. They need to ask me to work for them. I'm pretty sure that will never happen. I'm too opinionated. I mean, Trendy's got the benefit of hearing my honest opinion, but sometimes I think when I give them my honest opinion, it might be a little painful for them. Because I don't hold any punches. I tell them what I think. You know, I don't sugarcoat anything. Cross-platform's never going to happen, Cookie. They've already discussed it pretty openly. Their licensing with Xbox and Sony doesn't really allow for it. They would have to, like, redo their entire licensing setup with Microsoft and Sony, and it's just not going to happen. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's a sad truth. If it does happen, it won't be until way down the road. If DD2... I mean, I don't know, but I'm guessing that would be a very expensive venture to add in, with renegotiating their license and all that stuff. Dude, don't hit me! Oh, he's gonna hit me anyway. Oh, we got it. We got a flyer doing circles. Yeah, but Fortnite isn't doing well because of the cross-platform. Fortnite's doing well just because of its just raw popularity. Alright, Viper, take it easy, man. Thanks for swinging by. And there's a big budget difference. Fortnite makes more Fortnite has made more money in the last 30 days than Trendy has made in the entirety of DD2. You know, it's a big company versus a small company. You can't compare those two. It's just not a fair comparison. You know? The last they had said anything publicly, Epic had over 300 developers just working on Fortnite. And Trendy's got 3 game designers. I mean, they've got other people, obviously, but as far as just game designers, they've got 3. So it's just not fair. Trendy's doing what they can to make the best product they can. I definitely believe that. I actually like Battle Royale. I just suck at it. I play it. I actually got a Battle Pass this month. I didn't max it, or this season. I didn't get it maxed out. I've only got a few days left. But my problem is I get too... I don't know. I get too excited. I'll get like 3 kills in a row and all of a sudden think I'm a badass and then go get shot in the face. BR is one of those games where the more you play it and the more comfortable... See, since I play the Save the World mode, I'm very comfortable with the building process. The more you play it and the more you get comfortable with building, the more you like it. But you have to like PvP games. If you don't like PvP games, you're just not going to like it. That Paladin's Battle Royale style actually looks like it's got potential, but the whole crafting system is going to turn their anvils, like you have to go to a forge or whatever to craft, it's going to turn the forges into complete spawn camps. Or just everybody's going to camp the forges. Which, I mean, I would do the same thing. So it's not, I can't say I'd blame them. Yeah, that happens, Pinker, no doubt. I've had matches that were over within 10 seconds of landing. I haven't gotten any wins since I started playing it again. Now, I did play it right at launch, and I got 2 wins from back then, but that was back before anybody knew how to build. And I had already knew how to build from BR, or from Save the World, back when it was just called Fortnite. Hi-Rez has a lot going on right now. I used to follow Hi-Rez games. I really liked that Global Agenda back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I had a lot of fun with Global Agenda. But I didn't really play Paladins much. I've actually got, like, somebody who would be the perfect mentor to teach me Paladins. Bugsy. If you guys are familiar with the Paladins competitive scene, he's kind of a beast mode. He would help me out and teach me the game. Yeah, Frostpunk looks awesome, but it looks really sad. There, Herobrine. Like, all the families died. Send your kids out into the cold. And then the kids start dying off. I mean, it just seems like a really depressing game. But as far as, like, as far as that flavor of game, it does look fun. It looks like they did a decent job with it. Here's Mama. What up, Mama? Well, I mean, it's not, you know, no disrespect towards you at all, Crazy Glitcher, but I mean, come on. Bugsy's like one of the best players in the world. If I could learn from him, but it's a matter of having the time. I just don't have the time to put into to learn in another game at the moment. Not enough hours in the day, you know. I'm having fun with my DD2 and Fortnite. And then, like, when I want a little side something to do or get a little gratification of shooting somebody, then I'll do a Battle Royale match or 2. I do have some other tower defense, maybe not full playthroughs, depends on how I end up liking the game, that I'm going to be doing to the channel. I debated on doing a Tower Defense Tuesday every week and showing a different tower defense game every Tuesday. What would you guys think about something like that? Would give me the opportunity to take some breaks and play some other stuff and would give you all the chance to take a look at some new tower defense games as they come out. No, I've already got a bunch of OMDU coverage on the channel. I wouldn't be doing OMDU. It would be more like introductory thing to indie tower defense games. Then, I mean, I just love tower defense games. I love the top-down ones, too, and I haven't played any of them for so long because of, you know, the action tower defense genre. Orcs Must Die, Dungeon Defenders. Alright, guys, so I'm going to switch it on up to the EU server. So thank you all so much for joining. If there's time at the end of the stream, I'll switch back and do a few more matches on the West Coast. So it looks like we're going to end up on the East Coast. I try eras. I've done quite a few of them. I mean, I've got a lot of DD2 content on the channel. It's been my main game for the last several years. I do love it. I really hope Trendy does the right things with it and extends its life and everything else. Let's see what we got. I think I can just delete that whole page. I will keep the food, though. I want to keep that just cause. And I'll keep that as well. That one can go. I really enjoyed the first Garden Warfare. The Plants vs. Zombies games, like the base games, I played those on Android at work when I was working at the casino. Oh, there's no doubt in my mind there will be a DD3 there, Jalal. Dungeon Defenders, whether you like Dungeon Defenders 2 and the directions they've taken or not, it's Trendy's thing. The Dungeon Defenders franchise is Trendy's thing. But there is zero doubt that, in my mind, that there will be a DD3. Now, it won't be for years, but there will be a DD3. Anyway, for those who don't know, if you ever want to change servers, you have to go all the way back out to your title screen here, go to Options, and then up here it will allow you to switch. So I'm going to head on over to Europe now. What up, Europe? We'll hop back in. I'm still in the Steam group, so if you're in the Steam group, remember to switch over to the EU servers. You know, I got mixed emotions on Orcs Must Die Unchained. I really, really liked OMD1 and OMD2. In fact, OMD2 was one of my favorite games of all time. Nah, that's not how they'll do it, David. They'll do it when DD2 stops making money. They'll start working on a new project. If they're making money, they're going to keep doing it. When they stop making money, they'll move to something new. OMDU is good, Jalal. I agree with you. My problem with OMDU is it doesn't have the OMD1 and OMD2 feel to it. Now, Dungeon Defenders doesn't either, so it's kind of a hypocritical statement. But I was such a big fan of OMD 1 and 2. When I played OMDU, it didn't feel the same. Part of it, too, is my love for the wind belt. For those of you, like, the channel first started growing because of OMD 2. And it was all about that wind belt, man. I did things with that wind belt that were so much fun. Just ridiculous high scoring. So much love for that wind belt. If they added that level of physics into OMDU, it would be different. But it would be very difficult for them to do. Wow, we're insta-full in Europe. There's Twinkie. 8 loadout 888 is switched over. And Sakuyari. Fill it up quick. Oh, well, yeah. I don't think they're making very much money right now either. I don't know. I mean, none of us will ever know that. Trendy won't release those numbers. But I can't imagine... you know, like most games, they did the best right when they launched. I would guess. I can tell you that as far as my YouTube channel and the number of viewers, it was insanely huge right when it first launched. It caught me off guard. I was not expecting it. It was like bam, all of a sudden everything's getting 10,000 plus views. And that went for about 6 weeks, and then it has gone from there. It's gone up and down based off of updates. You know, if there's an update to the game, people come back and check it out. Those were so fun, Brave. That wind belt, I tell you, it was game defining for me. I enjoyed it so much. Non-boss lane here. I think I'll just do this. But not just that, but the scoring system was based off of combos. And you could, with the wind belt, you had the ability to create just ridiculous combos. It was a fun mechanic. DD2, I wish DD2 had a fun competitive scoring system. But the high scoring system in DD2 is kind of meh. It's fun at first, and it keeps you entertained for a couple of days. And then after that, it kind of starts to go blah a little. But that was one of the things with OMD2, was not only was it a really fun scoring system that you could play over and over again and be very happy with, but the OMD2 community was really good. When someone beat someone else's high score, it wasn't, haha, I beat your ass. Instead, it was, hey, this is what I did. See if you can top it. You know, and it created a really, really fun environment. Alright, Jalal, take it easy, man. Thank you very much for swinging by. Don't worry, Jalal. There will be more bed guns, I assure you. Only Jalal knows about that. Jalal was the creator of the bed gun meme. Long Dark is a really fun survival game, and it's quite brutal, but it's definitely fun to play. And Jalal used to troll me all the time when I was streaming it and say, oh, you missed a gun under the bed. And guns were like, you know, just so rare. So I'd run all halfway across the map looking for the damn gun again, and then I realized that the bed gun thing was just a troll. Just Jalal memeing it up. Man, we still got a lot of DU left. Too much DU? Add more weapon manufacturers. Oh, yes. Probably should get another Skyguard in there, since I'm so weak on the Skyguards. See, I didn't use any of the mods on DD1. I played on the ranked servers, so I never used any DD1 mods, which I think I missed out in some areas. Controlled Burst 3 is the fastest Twinkie. Yeah, Controlled Burst 3 is really, I mean, the Mega Shark has the novelty with it that makes it fun, but Controlled Burst 3 has been my go-to gun-witch weapon, really, since the beginning. It's almost always been the best. For those just joining, we are on the EU at the moment, so we're playing on EU servers. We're queued up as public, so if somebody leaves, feel free to hop on in right from the war table. or the Steam group. To be honest with you, if you see somebody leave, it's going to be quicker from the war table. You feel like you're shooting Nerf balls? Yeah, that's fair. The Mega Shark has it's got the novelty of the 8 per second. But remember, it's one projectile 8 times a second. The Controlled Burst 3 is 3 projectiles every 2.5 times a second. So if you look at projectiles per second, what Controlled Burst 3 would be 7.5 projectiles, and Mega Shark is 8. So, I mean, they're really similar as far as the number of projectiles that come. But the Mega Shark has that fun burst, the fun bursty feel to it. You know, where you get the pew 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 instead of just the pew. It varies by time of day, David, but most of the time it's US East has the most players. And then, you know, late at night in the US, the EU server will have more players. Chaos 4 when you play on the Xbox One? Yeah, sorry man, this one will be PC only today. Like I said, I do plan on, I haven't made any set plans to do it yet, but I have been thinking about getting my PlayStation count up to Chaos 7. Oh, come on, be a different... not really a... This weapon rolled so good. It's going to be hard for me to find a replacement for it. I did. I actually liked Sanctum 1 better than Sanctum 2 there, Brave. Sandwich, what's up? Sanctum 2, it didn't feel like the towers did anything. Now, I didn't play through it far enough to, like, unlock a whole lot by end game, but it didn't feel good playing it at the beginning. Where Sanctum 1, you know, you could create these big mazes. Your DPS was still a huge factor, but it felt like if you made a proper maze in areas where the enemies would pass a set of towers multiple times, it felt better in my opinion. I might like Sanctum 2 now more. I don't know. I would have to check it out again, to be honest with you, play it again. But yeah, I didn't play Sanctum 2 for long. I think I did like a first look video on it, and then I played it for like one afternoon with a friend of mine that I had played Sanctum 1 with, and I just never went back to it. After defense crit chance, you want to go into the range gambit of the tower that you're using the most on that hero. Once you get that done, then you go into the defense crit damage. What games did I play in the 90s? You know, I can tell you what. I burned up the Gauntlet games on consoles back in the day. I think the 90s was... What era was that for console gaming? Was that like Dreamcast? Was the good stuff then? In the late 90s maybe? I can tell you on the Dreamcast days, I played an absolute ton of the Gauntlet games. Thank you very much there, Aris. I do appreciate it once again. Oh, Mega Drive and Genesis, even before that. I still played the Gauntlet games then. I also was and still am. I know you guys are going to just laugh at me, but I still just absolutely love Galaga. The old arcade game back in the day. It's one of my favorite arcade games of all time. I've got the the throwback version on my Xbox, and I don't play it frequently, but every now and then I just get in the mood to just kick back and pew pew. Gauntlet is the new Gauntlet is on Xbox Live right now. I've actually got it on Steam. I never played through it all the way. If it's on Xbox Live, on the games with gold, it's the free game this month. You know, as far as the fighter games, back all the way through the consoles, back to the Mortal Kombat 1 days, I was a bigger Mortal Kombat fan than anything. Now, seeing that there's still people playing the Street Fighter games, I wish I would have gotten into Street Fighter more. I was all about the Mortal Kombat back then. I didn't play all the way through the Gauntlet. I actually started a playthrough on that with my buddy Zeb, and then we never finished it for some reason. I don't even remember why. Yeah, both there, David, for sure. I mean, I think everybody's played Mario, and I think not I can't say most people, but just about everybody I know has played the Zelda games. Ah, Quicksilver likes the Mortal Kombat too. Oh, that's where I started. I'm older than you, Doug. For me, I think the beginning was like, what, Asteroids? You remember Asteroids? And like the game with the most amazing graphics ever was that original Joust game. I owned it up on Joust, man. Let me tell you, I was a badass at the skating rink with them Joust play, those smooth Joust takeouts. Oh yeah, see, you're just a youngster, Doug. You're just a youngster. Oh, Pong. Yeah, I can't forget about Pong. Everybody's played Pong. All the old folks have played Pong. What's going on there, Davniel? How you doing today? Got a little, I gotta adjust to the EU. This is actually the furthest server from me. So I get a little rubber bandy and a little lag spiky playing on the EU. Alright, Ares, take it easy. Good old Pong. People look at that now and they're like, that was a game? Didn't you get bored with it after 3 seconds? But oh no. The Pong was the good stuff. Alright, we got a different one this time. Haven't seen this map yet today. Yeah, no doubt there, Doug. The lore of Pong. Ah, the Pong. That's gonna get taken out. I better move it closer. Ooh, there's that lag I was talking about. Let's see. I did enjoy the Gauntlet games. When my son was young, my wife used to yell at us. You know, I'd take the food and he needed it, or he'd take the food and I needed it. It was a constant struggle. The wife would be like, if you two don't shut up, I'm turning it off. I've actually got that Quicksilver on, I think I have it on the Xbox. I didn't play it a whole lot, to be honest with you. But I hadn't played any of the Mortal Kombat games in a long time. Oop, there it is. I hadn't played any of the Mortal Kombat games in a while, other than playing the old ones. And I got it when it first came out, and it didn't feel the same. I don't know. Let's see, what do we got left? That's it. I overbuilt in the other lanes. Alright, I think we'll be good. Actually, let me sell that. Ooh, this is a big latency issue here. Sell that and we'll go with that. That'll close the deal there. You bought all your kids their own gaming system? I ended up, I've got a PS4 and an Xbox One. Now they're not any of the special editions or fancy versions. They're the vanilla versions that came out when it was released. And that was when I still, I worked at the casino, so I had a little bit more money to spend on things like that. I couldn't afford an Xbox One X or anything now. So I would never be able to, well, I don't want to say never, but I wouldn't be able to upgrade any of my consoles anytime soon to better versions. I actually do have quite a few real-life friends that play on the PlayStation. Whew, rubber bandy, rubber bandy. You wouldn't think, well, I guess like in the UK right now, it's what, 10 p.m.? So it's not super late on the EU servers yet. I'm in Chaos 7 already, Quicksilver. I hit it, like, it took, what, 4 hours, I think it was, to go from Chaos 1 to Chaos 7. On my last playthrough. I'm going to start a new one soon. I still have to go through and do the Onslaught floors. Whew. Look at me looking for the mana chest. Good lord, how long is it going to take me to get over that? Yep. Twinkie says, my walls are getting hurdled. I haven't gone over to Onslaught yet this playthrough, Rod, so I'm at 55. I'll probably end up knocking it out this weekend because I want to get the next Viewer's Choice playthrough started next week. Immortal Kombat. Eagle Gaming, what's up? Die, birdies. Ooh. What incursion was it? It was Little Horn Valley. Little Horn Valley is what, Chaos 3? So it'll be Chaos 3 incursion. You might not have it unlocked yet. I am Spruly, if you're newer to the game. I use medallions on everything in the game except lightning strike auras. How many resets have I done? I'm at 13 right now. Ooh, there's some loot. Wow. The Blingomitis incursion. What do I have? Do I still have a daily? Oh, I still got it. Oh my god. How have I not completed Assault on Throne Room? Seems like that map is just constantly popping. Still got one daily sitting. Need to get me some medals. They're both usable though, Brave. Medallions, you have to have the power transfer shard to make them better. But with the power transfer shard, a medallion with that shard is going to be better. I haven't logged into Epic today, Eagle, so I'm not sure. I've gotten a lot of friends requests, so I've accepted them all. So if I got it, I accepted it. The EV2's only got one bad defense, Arthur. EV2's super strong. Proton beams are like the best crowd control in the game. Weapon manufacturers are ridiculous AoE damage. The only bad defense she has is the buff beam. What the heck? Imaginary boss? Yeah, it's at 5 p.m. Pacific time, Twinkie. Yeah, the EV2 is one of the reasons I suggest her so much is the EV2 makes progression almost trivial. She's got one of the easiest DPS heroes to gear. Not a whole lot of requirements to be effective. And then the reflect beams are a straight up counter to Chaos 6. There's no other defenses that like completely shut down the Chaos tier, and reflect beams do that in Chaos 6. So yeah, the EV is really, really strong. Probably just need to get your shards dialed in or whatever there, Arthur. The EV2 is definitely, well, I can't compare it. The EV2 is the easiest range DPS to get over that 1 million DPS mark. I can't say hero anymore to that because I think the Barbarian might be easier to get past that point. But the EV2 is definitely the easiest to get to 1 mil DPS. What the red wall does. Talking about the weapon manufacturers? Or the reflect beam. It reflects projectiles, Arthur. So, like when you get into Chaos 6, the main enemy for Chaos 6 is going to be Hex Throwers. It's going to completely negate Hex Throwers. But yeah, it reflects any projectiles that are being thrown at anything. The easiest way to see what defenses do is the create hero screen. It's the biggest in-game description that there is of all of the defenses and the abilities in DD2. So if you're unfamiliar with how a defense works, just look at the Create Hero screen. It will give you the tooltips. It'll give you the descriptions of what's going on. I'll show you here in a sec as soon as we get this map cleared. Yeah, F6 is nice as well. F6, it doesn't give you the full rundown, but it gives you a basic overview. I'm not sure what the command for it is on the consoles. But you hit F6 and it will tell you a little mini tooltip of what each thing does. Dropping bombs on me over here, Siege Roller. Yep. Can't get the repair off with the lag. Oh, it's over anyway. Left button down on the D-pad. It's going to be the same on the PlayStation as well. Alright, I'll do one more EU map and then I'll switch it up over to US East. I don't know, Kappa. People have asked that question for a while now, though. And Trendy has said that they've just said not in the immediate future. So maybe one day. The Switch has got those proprietary games that are, you know, Zelda and some of the stuff that I wish was available on other platforms. I don't have a Switch, of course, so I miss out. Oh, here we go, little Horn Valley action. Every hero in the game has good defenses there, Spruely. Well, every hero that has defenses has some defenses that are good. I'm not sure, Twinkie, but other games are doing it. I mean, the Switch isn't having a problem with that stuff, so I'm assuming it wouldn't be an issue, you know, especially if you're connected, you know, at home. If you were on the go, you might get a little bit more latency going through Wi-Fi or whatever. Wi-Fi is, of course, never going to be a wired connection. Will always be superior in its current state, anyway. Hopefully, one day, if wireless connections were better, that would help me out huge living where I live. What do I got left? 500. So yeah, halfway there. Let's see. Let's go like right here. The Huntress is my second favorite of the original 4 heroes. I'm a big Monk fan, if you couldn't already tell. I'm always doing Monk stuff. Just love the Monk. The Huntress is a good range DPS, has nice burst, has acceptable like spammable DPS just from your primary attacks. The main problem I have with the Huntress's defenses, other than the poison dart tower, but the traps, the range on them is just so small, you know. Oh, I don't have the mana. Somebody got the juice, or is it laying somewhere? Yep, there it is. Squire is a center bumper sticker. I was wearing a Squire t-shirt yesterday. The people at the grocery store were looking at me kind of funny. Like, what the hell? What's this guy wearing? Today it's all about Batman. I got the Batman gear on today. Let's see, what else do I want to do? And we only have 40 left. It's a proton beam somewhere, I guess. Go with a beam right here. There we go. Yeah, DD2 Squire t-shirt. Distracts him from the baldness. Hats cover that there, Doug. I've shaved my head for quite a while. I'm definitely thin and getting thin on top though. Starting to get a little thin up on top. I've worn hats my whole life too. They say that that was bad. Too late. If somebody had told me that 30 years ago, I may have given a shit. But now I'm just used to wearing hats. Part of it is I've shaved my head for so long. For those pale-skinned, used to be kind of genders like myself, if you shave your head, you learn to go out without a hat. This map is just known for the stuck mobs, sadly. The stuck mob challenge is the real deal. Get these sky guards up. Don't want to have any questionable sky guard shenanigans. Oh, did I say without a head? I meant people with shaved heads. People with shaved heads that go outside. If you're too much of a pale-skinned ginger, then your head gets all sunburnt. So you gotta wear a hat. Going out without a head is very difficult, Kappa. I would have to agree with you. It would be quite the challenge. You know, I bet with YouTube's VOD processing issues lately, I bet it has something to do with the chat. With, it's recording the chat now and putting it alongside the VOD when people watch it. Which is something that, like, needed to be a thing ages ago. But I bet they're having problems with processing because of that. Yep, assume the position a bit too late. It hasn't been confirmed yet, Beer Goggles, but it looks that way. It will be sooner than that. They wouldn't be teasing it this hard if it was going to be more than a month, I think. Whatever it is, I think we're going to get it within a month. We know that the Sky City Bank and Vault system are coming. We don't really know what the trade thing is yet. Or even if it's even trade. There's a lot of assumptions there. But a trading system was teased by Elandrian a couple of months ago. And then re-teased again here just this week. So a lot of us are assuming that there's a trade system coming. We don't have any information yet to even know what is tradable, you know. Don't know any of the details. The best overall pet is probably Dragolich there, Alfredo. 7,500 defender medals from the treasure pirate in town or in your tavern. It's just a really good general use pet. Works with any hero. Pets are all about the ability, so a lot of it's just down to playstyle, but Dragolich is... The benefit Dragolich has is its buff also affects other players that you're playing with and your defenses. Well, they're both kind of... I like the AP one more, Quicksilver. I like one shot into Siege Rulers. I mean, you can be an invincible killing machine. Ooh, there's a nice upgrade. Take that right now. Wrong stats on that. You can be just an invincible killing machine with a hero damage, hero crit, hero health build on the barb. No doubt about it. With the right shards. But I like that raw power and the big numbers that you get from the ability power barb. Alright, Eagle Gaming, have a good one. Thanks for swinging by. Spray them down. Yep, I'm overheating. This weapon is terrible for flyers. You can do it any way you want, Quicksilver. I'm not sure, Beer Goggles. That one's so vague, it's hard to say. Twinkie down! What do you guys think the Proteus means? And how come? What makes you think that? God dang, man, the lag is real. It'll be a little better when I switch over to that US East server. Like I said, this is the furthest server from me. Actually, better substat rolls on this one than what I'm wearing. I do really think that tradable or whatever the heck it was Landrian put is tradables. I really do think that. I think that there's going to be tradable items in the game since it was already teased before. I would love it if there was some sort of re-rolling or a chanting system in the game. I think that'd be really cool. PS4, I'm going to need to get carried, Lucas. My PS4 account is very behind. In fact, I will probably do a video here in the next week. Something you guys to laugh at me about, because I'm assuming my first matches on the PS4, after being so used to playing on this account, are going to be really bad. Oh, maybe another mob? That's possible. I have not the slightest idea on that one. Dang assassins. Getting all uppity all over everybody. Oh, I just wasted Drago on the Ogre instead of using it on the Siege Roller. That was not my smoothest move ever. Oh wow, those bombs placements were just terrible. I got no damage out of them. Come on, charge shot, go off. Make this dude quit hitting me. Oh, finally, at last, with the proper stats too. There it is, boys and girls. The canister I've been waiting for. Love it, love it, love it. That is without a doubt my favorite EV2 weapon right there. I think it's too soon for another hero. I don't think there will be another hero yet. But, I mean, it might be. Alright guys, so I'm going to head on over to US East. Thank you all for the runs on the EU server. Appreciate it, everybody. Greek mythology hero, huh? That'd be cool. I demand Zeus. I want some lightning bolts. You got fire damage there, Twinkie? Well, a little luck goes a long way, you know. I got the luck on that one. No doubt about it. Alright, once again, for those that are just joining, if you're unsure how to change servers, you can't do it from your options screen. You gotta go out to the title menu. So go to the title screen first. Uh-oh. Kitty hacking up a furball. Let me mute you guys for a sec. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyway, if you go out to the options screen, then you can change your region here. I'm going to US East right now. Anyway, old Blitz has decided it's a good idea to start hacking up his furballs on the couch. And, you know, obviously can't have it. So anytime I hear him go into that furball mode, I gotta grab him and put him on the kitchen floor. Well, that would be ridiculously awesome, Quicksilver, if that was the case. Aquanos is the one map I would like to see more than any other map. I can't see him release an Aquanos with the Sky City Bank, though. If there was going to be a new map, or a throwback map, I think it would be Sky City. Defend with the Dryad? Man, I'm all Dryaded out, Alfredo. I've been doing nothing but Dryad for like the last month and a half. So it's been nice this last week switching it up. There's Quicksilver. What up, Quicksilver? Yeah, Sky City from DD1. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a public game. Now I don't know if I don't think there's going to be a new map. You'd think that that's something that big they would tease a little bit. Let me tell you, Twinkie, when the Countess comes, I really hope there's bouncer blockades. Got some Little Horn Valley once again. Who we got with us? We got one Wolf. We got Quicksilver, and old 8 loadout 888 is taking full advantage of the carries today. Server to server. Alright, see if we can't get a few matches knocked out here on US East. The lag shouldn't be as bad for me here this time. You guys are better geared than I am on this reset account. Feel free to build whatever you want. This is not an all about me day. You guys can do whatever you want. Oh, Quicksilver's just talking about it. Hell yeah, build it up. I'm good with it. You got mana? Do I have all the mana? Here, I'll give you some. I'll give you like half. There we go. Bouncer blockades were awesome in DD1. I used that more than any other blockade. I'll give her the rest of Quicksilver here. He's much stronger than I at the moment. Because Quicksilver's a beast. Oh yes. God, I love seeing that McManus. Best thing that could have possibly happened to me today right there. Hell, I'm tempted to upgrade it just for the laws. I actually have more fun on hero damage AP or hero crit builds on the EV there, Roop. However, the AP hero crit builds are more effective at the moment. So it depends on how you want to play it. You can play it hero damage, go with like this weapon and charged shot in the weapon. That shockbot build. On my channel, I think !shockbot will get you a link to it. That's still an effective build, but it's not as strong as the proton charge build. The laser beams are strong. So I mean, as far as a general play style, I enjoy the hero damage, hero crit build more. I like jumping around and spamming stuff. It's just fun. And, you know, it's not no gun witch or anything, but you can at least float around a little. Got some bombs. The big boy shard for gloves. You know, your regular grab bots, of course, scale off of ability power. However, that big boy shard, the big boy scales off of hero damage. So you can still use a bomb. Only one, but it's a big one, you know. It's a big boy. Hence the name. The other bombs won't do very much damage, but the big boy will hit like a truck. I feel like the in-game sound effects may be too loud. Is it drowning out the music when I'm shooting? What do you guys think? The thick boy, indeed. This is a very loud weapon, is the reason I say that. Oh, the music is too low? Well, that's easy enough to fix. Is that a little better? I'm always hesitant to turn the music up too loud. I want it to be more of a background thing, a little relaxing, soothing reggae. Alright, Smosh, have a good night. Thanks for swinging by. Here we got Mr. Ogre. What's going on there, Mr. Ogre? East gate lock destroyed. What? Let's see. That should be an easy fix. Can move what? We'll go we can go Wallace there. Move this over to like that. We'll move this one over here. And then I'll just defend it. I'll chillax right here, spray down some baddies. Quicksilver moving it all back. Fair enough. Siege Roller this time. What do we got over here? Malthius. Lady Orcs being Lady Orcs there. Quicksilver. If they need the Dryad, you mean if they change the Dryad? If they change the Dryad, or if they nerf the Dryad, well, I can tell you I think the easiest thing for them to do would be just to turn the numbers down, but I hope that's not what they do. I would like to see some of those. There was some proposed Dryad changes that were actually posted up on the forums by Trendy back like a year ago and was asking for community feedback on it, and every single item on the list looked awesome. It was like change the Dryad, or change the tree from being a blockade to being like an aura. That would give you a little mobility, more mobility as far as where to put your defenses. Changing the stars so that it was a smart click thing that didn't require 2 clicks. There was a lot of good changes, but I'm not sure what they'll do. I mean, the easiest thing for like an automatic Dryad fix would be straight up turn the numbers down. I mean, with some Ascension and Ancient Power, you can get Hornet's Nest up to 5 million DPS fully upgraded, which is absurd, considering it's got 3 different little mini attackers all doing 5 mil DPS. And then the slimes just hit like an absolute truck, you know. Why is the mana not registering? Oh, there it is. I just wasn't running over it, I guess. I don't think it's an if either. I think it's a when. Something will eventually change with the Dryad because it's just too game-breaking at the moment. And it's not teaching people how to play the game. People that come in and that want to use the strongest meta build at the moment and go Dryad, they're going to be completely lost and unable to play the game when the Dryad gets changed. So, I mean, I wish they'd do something soon. That, and I want to use the Dryad. I like the Dryad. But the problem when I use the Dryad is all you guys give me a hard time. And tell me why I'm not doing it to easy mode. So it makes me feel a little dirty when I use the Dryad, you know? Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Ollie. That was like a year ago when that was originally posted. It's still around the forum somewhere, I'm sure. I don't think it's pinned anymore. It used to be pinned. But it's still there. It'd just be a matter of looking for it. If you just search the forums to proposed Dryad changes, I think those words were in the title of the blog post, or the forum post. Woo! Get out of there! But, you know, for the people that want the game to be easier, they want the Dryad to stay where it is. That's probably why that post ended up getting downgraded or whatever. It depends on what you want to get out of the game. You know, if you want it to be just a loot grinder and just going through the process and the only real requirement to get to the end of the game is just time, then the Dryad's in a perfect state. But I know that's not what Trendy wants out of their game. Nah, there's no max. There's a maximum effectiveness HPL, and that depends on your ancient power level and how many increases you have to the ascension caps. But there's no max. You can go unlimited. It's not what you want to do. You want to, if you're gonna grind the game like that, you want to go through the ancient power system. You're going to get more overall power down the road. But that's for people that want to really grind out the game. You know, the Ascension level doesn't do anything for you once you get past a point. What's going on there, Omni? How you doing? I hear you, Gino, but I don't think it'll happen. I mean, first off, it would be lots of extra work. You know, change one hero or change all the others, you know? And since Trendy's such a small team, they have to think about the time management. Same map again? You can't go through it again, Perry. It's not for completing the campaign. It's for doing the original quest line. Once you've completed the original quest line, you can't go back and get that stuff. The main thing is the defender medals. You get 600 gems, but your defender medals, you get 6,000 plus defender medals for going through the original quest line. That's the biggest deal, in my opinion. I want to try to get a weapon manufacturer in here somewhere on this one. Play with those silly weapons. Don't know where I want it though. Yeah, a lot of, like, I didn't get them either. It wasn't in the game before. It was like, in Trendy talked about it, but they were like, you know, hey, sorry. It's something that's new. You know, the only way to get them would be to completely start a new account. It's not worth it, in my opinion, to give up all your progress you've already made. Now, if you've just gone through the campaign and nothing else, it might be worth it. But if you've been playing, if you played the game for a while before you took a break. But yeah, I didn't get that stuff either. I got it on the Xbox, but that was after, you know, of course the Xbox released, oops, wrong hero. The Xbox released last. Oh, you know what, let's go with the weapon manufacturer here. 2. Let's see, let's proton this one since it's boss lane. Man, I'm eating up all the DU, huh? Only 90 left. I haven't done this lane. That's alright. I'll just pwn baddies over here manually. The good old-fashioned way. Gonna have to manually kill the flyers too. It's not, yeah, it's not just about that though, Doug. I mean, they would have to tone down, if they changed the numbers like that, they would have to tone down the slime's damage as well. The Nimbus is really strong as well, but the thing the Nimbus has that makes it a little bit more balanced on the strength department is it costs so much DU to put down. You know, requiring a tree and then costing 60 DU on top. So if all you wanted to use was a Nimbus in a lane, you'd have to have 90 DU into it. But the slimes hit like an absolute truck too. And it's AoE damage. The splash, when they explode, hits everything. Everything in the area, obviously. I would like to use the Dryad defenses. Now, I used to use the Dryad defenses all the time without having, without playing the Dryad actively. But just in the current state, you just lose so much for doing that. If you're going to build with the Dryad, you really need to play the Dryad. That'll work. Get up on that Skyguard over here, too. Yeah, they're ridiculous, Ollie. It just packs a massive punch. And that splash damage, you know, you got a big pack of mobs there. It's hitting everything for that ridiculous number. I think what they should do is make it so that, you know, like, leave the oil for being corrupt, but take away the increased slime damage and take away the extra B, and have like, you know, like the Nimbus. The benefit from the Nimbus for being corrupt is very small. That little electrocute proc. It doesn't do that much. It's not overly helpful. It's like a little bonus, but that's it. And make it so that like the slimes oiled and the bees did slightly more damage or something like that. And then make it so that, you know, there would be a benefit for playing the Dryad Corrupt if you chose to, but you didn't feel like you had to, you know? The oil on slimes being corrupt is one of the things that makes it, makes the Dryad so multi-purpose though for Onslaught. I mean, it's the reason the Dryad has so many of the counters. You would still have a counter if you took away the oil. You would still have the counter for controlled burn lanes from the Nimbus, but you'd have to pay that large DU for it, and you'd have it be a single target. So like the ideal build would be to have more than one Nimbus down, not just one, you know? Have like, you know, say it was a Cyborg controlled burn lane, have like a PDT, you know, 2 Nimbus Clouds, and then a Cannonball or something like that. Whew. Gotta bust out the beams. Thanks for the save there, Quicksilver. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but that is Barb in action right there. Quicksilver completely took that assassin right off me, just with his auto attacks using the electrocute. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Woo! Wow, close call. I snoozed on that one. I don't even know why I'm looking at the weapons anymore. I got the dream weapon. The McManus is mine. Better keep an eye on these flyers this time. Yeah, the Barb is really good, Alex. If you're into melee, the Barb is who you want to play, in my opinion. It's just really, really good. Nah, there's no way to reset using the same account, Perry. You'd have to use a different account. You'd have to make a different Steam account. Yeah, I see it, Quicksilver. Ain't nothing making it. It's all good. As long as I don't get assassined before this is built. Alright, there we go. The Squire is good for melee too. But it just... the Barb is just such a beast. Such ridiculous burst damage and good sustained damage. See, the thing the Squire has is the good sustained damage, but like practically no burst. And the Barb has got the best of both worlds. Plus all the CC. You can get more out of your towers on the Squire with that Fight Me Not shard. It makes a big difference to your towers. And then the Barb is just straight up raw face roll. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with either or. Let me upgrade something over here. If there was one thing that the Squire was better at than the Barb, I would say it's that Fight Me Not. I mean, it's like having the Mystic's Call to Madness, or like a little mini Dragolich going every time a defense attacks you automatically. without using any ability. I mean, that's just really, really strong. Yeah, you get the stun with the ground pound. Now, the stun with the ground pound doesn't compare to the barb stun, I don't think. The barb stun is so automatic. But the ground pound has got a coolness factor too, though. It's just fun to use, and especially to use from very tall heights. The higher, the more fun. The barbarian stun just sits there and goes off. I mean, watch Quicksilver in action, just melee attacking. Yep. He's not swinging. Swing, Quicksilver, swing! But just the melee attacks, and it's just like auto stuns the whole lane. Look at those electrocutes flying. Just ridiculous. Just sits there and just stuns everything. Yeah, I mean, the barbarian definitely has a steeper learning curve, but it's not ridiculous to get used to, you know? Once you get used to it, you're going to be good. Now, the barbarian, or the squire with the taunts, as well as a retribution build where you're doing a lot of damage back to enemies, can be very effective as well. But you know, then again, it's down to you have to enjoy that playstyle. I just like the pew pew. I like shooting from over there, you know. Wow, look at that bad boy. That is a really nice mark right there. I think that will have to go onto my Lightning Strike Auras for my, or on Slimes for my grind up in Onslaught. Let's do one more. I want to make sure that the stream, we just hit the 2-hour mark. I want to make sure it's well over 2 hours. That way I get a good take on the VOD processing time. Yeah, I think that'd be good. It'd be a quality of life thing. I for one, I can forget. Now on the Dryad I don't, but on the Barb I completely forget to change stances during the build phase, and then I end up draining all of my juice. The juice drainer. Got some mana right there. But yeah, that would be a big quality of life thing. On the Dryad, it's habit, because you're going to want to spam stars the second the wave ends anyway, to refill all of your, you know, all your celestial power. Crap, man. I think I put that weapon manufacturer with the wrong EV. I'm going to have to go back over and look at it. Let me take a peek at that real quick. I think there should be map save. The people that don't want the map save, it's a very elitist thought. The map saving, being able to go through Onslaught without the map save, doesn't make you a better player. It means you have more time. That's the only thing it means. In that, and with the crashing issues, now the Vault is supposed to remedy some of the crashing problems, but there's nothing more irritating than having the game crash on map 3 and having to do all the floors over again. I mean, those that have watched me going through the Onslaught grind has seen me rage about that many, many times. It's just so frustrating, you know? And a map save would remedy that problem. You know, obviously the correct answer is fix it so the game isn't crashing. But if there were the saves going, it would be a non-issue. Or making it one map per floor, yeah. I mean, I got no problem with the 3 map requirement on floors, but it's a matter of having the time to do it. You know, what if you've only got 30 minutes and it takes an hour to do a floor? You know, you want to play the game, but if you only have 30 minutes, then your reason for playing it is gone, if that's where you're at in your own personal progression. So, I mean, I think it should be there. It would encourage more people to play the game, you know? Somebody got some mana still? Or did I accidentally upgrade something? Oh, doesn't look like it. I may have accidentally upgraded something. I do that quite frequently. Yeah, we'll be alright. I'll throw it down here. This lane would be the lightest over here. But it's all good. I mean, we've got plenty there to beat it. That's the main problem with it, though. I mean, like I said, the people... Not all people. I don't want to generalize and be like that and point fingers, but a lot of the people that don't want it are because they think it makes them a better player while it's there because they can complete it. And the real reason that they're completing it is because they have more time than the other player. You know? This isn't a skill-based game. It's a strategy game. You know, if you know the strategy, then you're gonna win. It's just a matter of having the time and the gear to do it. Your skill level is not required. You know? I may have root. I do that all the time. It would not be the first time. It's all good. We'll be alright. Skyguard down! It's alright, no more flyers coming. Well, if I was going to accidentally upgrade something, I wish it would have been that Skyguard. Let's see, we got 110 left. There we go. So yeah, anyway, my answer to that is I really hope they add it in, because the best thing that could happen to all of us, not just me, every single one of us, is for Trendy to make the game better. And if Trendy was able to attract more people to the game, it's going to be a better experience for everyone. There's going to be more people to play with. You know, it's just going to be better all the way around. So, I mean, why anyone would discourage attracting more people to the game, it amazes me, you know. The higher the population, the more money Trendy makes, and the more content all of us have. The higher the population, the more people there are to play with. I mean, it's a win-win all the way around. I mean, I know tons of people, not just one person, I know a lot of players that have left the game 100% because of that. Because of either crashing and having to redo floors, or just not having time to do a whole floor. I mean, I just know a lot of players that have left the game because of it. And good players, good people. People that were really fun to play with, and now they're gone, you know? So, I really hope that they implement that. My sky guards. It might be time to actually separate. I've got enough medallions and marks now. There's no reason for me to be hybriding any of these heroes. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a kind of a given there. Fixing the bugs, you know, of course, would be a positive thing. Right now, I think I'm using power transfer, defense rate, and deadly strikes. If I had a better relic on it, I would use power transfer, defense rate, or power transfer, deadly strikes, and defense crit damage instead of defense rate. But since my relic is kind of meh that's on it, I'm using defense rate instead of crit damage. Too wrecked. Bring bubble chat in game. Haha. That would end up getting spammy though. That would be a good thing. It would be a fun thing, but it would get tiring pretty quick, I think. Because everybody would spam it all up on you all the time. You'd have bubbles all over you. Yeah, well, it would help me do that there, Quicksilver. You know I'm terrible at it. I mean, I try hard to keep up with the stream chat, and I'm not perfect at that. So I miss the in-game chat constantly. Man, I so hope this VOD processes in a timely manner. Tips for going up on floors is just read the lanes there, Scooby. All the answers are right there for you. You just have to read the lane tags. You have to understand the mobs and read the lane tags. Read the mutators. If it says that the lane takes decreased physical damage and increased magic damage, it's telling you straight up, use magic damage. So use magic damage on that lane. But yeah, my number one suggestion for everyone to go up in Onslaught floors is take twice as long to build the map as you do in Trials. And just pay attention to everything. Bad bomb placement there. There we go. That was a little better. Another whacked out flyer over there. $100 left. I guess I could throw it over here, huh? There we go. Yeah, we got Zappa. Zapper gonna get zapped? We will find out here in a moment. Where is Zapper? Is Zapper stuck? Flyers making it around. But yeah, one of the biggest problems people have with Onslaught, particularly once you get past floor 57, is you're so used to like going into a Chaos 7 map and just doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it's effective there. You know, you've got one set of challenges for that entire map. You know, no matter what lane it is, it's the same challenge. Onslaught is not like that. Every lane is different. So don't try to use the same build in every lane. And definitely just read what's going on the lane for sure. Ooh, there's a medallion. Not a terrible one either. Really low on the defense health roll, but there's plenty of defenses that don't use defense health. The mutator will stay the same. The mobs, there will be additions to. It won't. There will be mobs that get added to the lane, but it won't change the theme of the lane. So, like, if it says Whompers, it's always going to be melee. There might be some of the little ranged Gobus in there, but it's always going to be melee for the mobs. You know, if it says throwers, you know, there could be different types of throwers that come out through it. Well, anyway, everybody, we're at the 2 hour and 17 minute mark, so I don't want to go too long as I want to be fair to YouTube, but I did want to go over 2 hours. That way it was a decent amount of time to see, you know, to see this VOD processing time. I really want to get back to streaming on YouTube again every day. Some people loved it, some people hated it, but the bottom line is the majority of people that watch my videos are here on YouTube. So this is where I really like to be streaming every day. I did move all of the Fortnite Save the World stuff over to Twitch, just because it seems like more people on Twitch like it than on YouTube. So I'm just trying to do, you know, I'm trying to figure out what people want and trying to achieve that. But thank you all an absolute ton. I do appreciate everybody swinging by today. And hopefully I'm back on YouTube with live streams again soon. We'll see. If it takes 2 or 3 days to process this VOD like it has the last several weeks, then I'll be back over to Twitch for the rest of the week, and I'll try YouTube again on Saturday. So thank you all a ton again. I do appreciate it. It was fun to get to play with everybody. For those who don't know, look for that Choose Your Heroes video over on the channel, as I'm going to be starting that next Viewer's Choice playthrough here really, really soon. So get over there and get your votes in, and make sure you get your favorite heroes picked. So thanks again all, and I will see you next time. Take it easy.